Okay, hopefully we're back. Hopefully we're back. Um, we're stream should be working again. Sorry about that. My computer crashed. It did not like having everything open at the same time. Did not like we're back, yeah. Did not like having everything open at the same time. That's rough. Still got that rotation near Noose and Wake Forest though. I'm gonna go back up to our Richmond storm. I don't know what the best radar for this is. I do not know what the best radar for this is. We're gonna go Windows panel and Virginia one. Okay, it still likes this radar. This is near Richmond, Virginia. Warnings, radar, are confirmed. They're all radar. We haven't had any confirmed warnings so far. And welcome back, everyone. Sorry, my computer crashed. That was bad. I don't think my computer's crashed like that before. But if you're in Ashland, Hanover, Ruther Glen, areas like that, there is a potentially tornadic part of a storm headed towards you. And if you're in Richmond, you're about to get impacted by a line with very, very strong winds. We're looking at 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, probably. And that's enough to blow away unanchored things that are outside. So definitely don't want to be outside in this line as that pushes through Richmond, Virginia. I do have word that I do have permission to use PA Storm Tracker's stream later today when they go out live, which will be nice. Back to our tornado warning down south here. Rotations kind of tapered off a little bit, but it is what it is. Yeah, there we go. Still a little bit right here, but nothing too concerning. What's up, Henry? You're back. Cactus. What's up? Everyone's back. Sorry about that. Got a lot of lightning down there. Yeah, we're live again. My computer just crashed when I tried to open Epic Pen, but it's okay. Yeah, this line, it's just going to have a lot of relatively strong winds with it. It's most of this line is warned for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and then we have those occasional tornado warnings, which I'll keep you updated on. None of them look too immediately concerning, but definitely something to keep our eyes out, or our eyes on. And it looks like a new tornado watch was just issued. Yeah, a tornado watch for most of North Carolina's eastern side. Most of eastern North Carolina is now under a tornado watch. So that means these storms are capable of producing tornadoes, but the question is, will they actually do it? And that's what warnings are for. So tornado watches are when all the ingredients are there, the storms could form, and that means that there are chances that storms could form that could be tornadic. But when there's a tornado warning, it means that they're fairly confident that a tornado could be on the ground, actually doing damage right there. So when you're under a tornado warning, you want to take shelter as soon as possible. Still pretty weak rotation here. I don't think there was ever a CC drop with this. Yeah, no, not really. Maybe there for a frame. May have briefly touched down right here. I don't know though. That I wouldn't put too much stake into that. But as you can see, these are moving northeast. So if you're northeast of these storms, you're going to be in their path. Honestly, anywhere in North Carolina, you're going to see some pretty good storms today. And down here, we have some special marine warnings for wind gusts up to 40 to 45 knots. And if anyone has any questions, put them in chat. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. Very, very weak couplet, but it's pretty tight here. Y'all are slacking off at work to watch the stream. I mean, thank you, but if you have jobs you need to do, you can do them. Hopefully radar's here. It's pretty, yeah, it's not looking very good, like, velocity-wise, just because we're so far away. We're looking upwards of 5,000 feet in the air right here. So that's not very close to the ground where the tornado would actually be. I'm going to check what's going on here up entering into Maryland. Maryland or whatever. Dumfries. That's a name. Maryland. Dumfries. Okay. Well, if you're in Dumfries, northwestern Stratford, Aquia Harbor, parts of is that Goldvin? Vein? I don't know. Areas like that, you could be seeing probably 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this storm. It would not be something you want to be caught outside in. And this is headed into a pretty populated area. This is heading towards Washington, D.C., actually. So that's heading towards the capital of the United States, but it doesn't look like it should be tornadic. Decking in the rain was horrible. Oh, I bet. Still have that very, very weak rotation here. But it's still there, so we have to keep our eyes on it. Looking down the line, I'm not seeing anything too concerning at the moment, but radar data is sparse. Like, this is a pretty big radar hole right here. I just can't see very close to the ground, but if that starts to tighten up, you just can't tell. It's an unfavorable place from the radar. So right now, there's this whole line from basically Riley. I don't know how you pronounce that. That's one of my biggest questions. North Carolina, all the way up to near Washington, D.C. Most of it's just 1 for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So nothing too big, but definitely something to keep your eyes on. And here we have this tornado warning, which is not looking very impressive. Right now, I don't see any correlation coefficient drop, so that means if it is lofting debris, it's not very strong because it has not lofted it very high. It hasn't even lofted at 600 feet. And there goes... yeah, most of that rotation is just dissipated, so this warning will likely be allowed to expire here pretty soon. Samuel, we are back. We're back. Got 8 concurrent viewers. Everyone, like up the stream so this gets some more people's recommended. I think we're the only ones live today. 1 second. Wait a minute. And we're back. We're back. So, if you're in Wake Forest, you're under a tornado warning, but I don't think there's anything on the ground. But just better safe than sorry. So stay in your safe spot if you're in Wake Forest. And they just trimmed that severe thunderstorm. So if you're in Creedmoor, Gorman, Durham, Bethesda, Cary, Apex, Holly Springs, North Carolina, then you are in the clear. This is probably the end of the severe threat for you. You're in Mississippi. You probably got pretty good storms yesterday, didn't you? Mississippi got rocked yesterday. I believe that was yesterday. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of a severe threat up north into Pennsylvania and areas like that later today that we're going to have to monitor. And also, when this is allowed to expire, I'll probably take a look at the blizzard we have up in the northern high plains, or the northern plains. And crazy weather at Vicksburg, yeah. I bet. That must have been interesting. And once again, if anyone has any questions for their location, let me know. Waiting for this to expire. I really don't think that they're going to re-warn it, but we shall see. Yeah, it was just radar indicated. I don't think that anything is on the ground with it currently, but it could tighten up. So it's something we need to watch. Something we definitely need to watch. I'm guessing you mean you have family and friends in Virginia? Yeah. We had near Richmond a tornado warning earlier, but there's no tornado concerns at the moment in Virginia, but that could change. That could definitely change. So yeah, I'm just waiting for this to expire though. It could wrap up. It just looks pretty outflow dominant at the moment. But we shall see. We shall see. Also, I know a few of you were there for the GeoGuessr stream we had last night. What did y'all think of that? What did y'all think? I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. We have a really terrible look at the storm near Red Springs, but I'd keep my eyes on it. It was fun. That's good. Cactus. Azalea. I did not know that, but okay. Um, Wake Forest. Dude, they need it. I don't know when this expires. When does it expire? Until 12:45. They're probably going to cancel it. They're probably going to cancel this warning here. But I don't see any immediate tornado concern with it right now. Is that Eastern though? So 10 more minutes. Yep. So 10 more minutes. And I'm just going to buzz over here and take a look at our snow. Seismic Mike, what's up, dude? How's it going? I've seen you and Freddy's stream a lot lately. What is up, brother? I think most of the snow is up here in Iowa right now. I have not paid too much attention to all this snow. Oh, dang. It's probably pretty heavy up there, but look at this. Is this where the low pressure center is? I don't know. Let me go to precipitation type and you can just see. It's really, really coming down here. You'll get the next one? Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Yeah, Chrissy. Depending on where you are in North Carolina, you should be. It'll just be gusty winds with this thunderstorm. But if you're in Wake Forest, Youngsville, Rollsville, areas like that, did not need precipitation type here. It could become tornadic. Okay, it did expire. They did cancel that warning like I expected, but these parts of the lines could become tornadic at any given moment. So we'll just keep you updated if any of that does happen. And we finally have auto updating warnings right now. So all those warnings are actually auto updating, and I don't have to change them on my overlay. So getting fancy. What do y'all think of the new overlay? I think it's a little bit cleaner. But yeah, it's going to be really, really windy here in North Carolina. Getting a couple texts. Just outside Elizabeth City, about 45 minutes from OBX. Definitely been a wind event so far. Yeah. Definitely been a wind event. Let me check something really quick. Yeah. you're probably going to have a cell that comes up your way right here. It may go north of you, but that's packing a pretty good punch. Got some good lightning on it as well. It is not currently severe warned, though, so it doesn't look like it's producing any severe wind, hail, or tornado threat at the moment. But that could change, so we'll keep you updated. That line is about to come through here, but there's no tornado threat down in Florida. Yeah, tornado threat looks relatively low here in Florida. Give me a radar so I can look at the line here in Florida. I was told to look at Charleston over text. I will. I think I have a friend who's taking vacation there. Yeah, line's coming through, but look at this. That has the opportunity to do something. Let me get a closer radar if I can. Florida always has the random pop-up tornadoes out of nowhere, so don't know what's going to happen. I don't think this radar is down. GR2 doesn't tell you if a radar is down or not working, so gotta check that manually here. On Radar Omega, because Radar Omega does tell you that. I think that radar is down. That is unfortunate. I don't know what the best radar would be then, but it looks like there could be a cell that could have the potential to maybe do something silly here in the near future. Let me go 3 there. Yeah, just something to keep your eyes on near Altoona, Umatia. I don't know how to pronounce that. Paisley, Lake Catherine, areas like that. Okay. This is a terminal and it only has reflectivity. But you can see that little bean shape right there. You can see the bean shape near Groveland. And then up here where I was talking about Paisley, areas like that. So definitely want to keep your eyes on it if you're down in Florida. Yeah, let me check velocities near Groveland. Maybe a little bit of something, but nothing too concerning at the moment. So we'll head back up to our main threat here. Also, there's a lot of special marine warnings out here in the Atlantic. So Charleston. Charleston is actually under a... They've had reported 50-mile-an-hour thunderstorm wind gusts. Looks like the line is pretty freshly moving through the area. Oh, wait. There we go. Nope. It always takes you out. It's Charleston, South Carolina, right? Yeah. So, looks like that line just came through. So you're basically in the clear. You might get a couple of straggling cells behind the line here, but they shouldn't do anything too crazy. Whoa. Oh, that was back when it was tornado warned. So I'm going to head back up to here to our main severe part of the line in North Carolina, and I'll probably move up. And yeah, that severe thunderstorm is still headed towards Washington, D.C., so that's definitely something we'll want to talk about because there's a lot of people who are out walking in Washington, D.C. Don't want them to get caught in a severe thunderstorm warning. That would be no fun. That looks a little bit interesting right here, but I can't really put any stake to it. It's really close to the radar. Sometimes that has a little bit of contamination. So don't want to put all our trust into that right there. New severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like it has 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts like the rest of them. So it's pretty steady, relatively strong line. Right now, we don't have any tornado warnings or anything with it, so it's just going to be a gusty wind bag that's headed through all of North Carolina, Virginia, all the way down through Florida, but it kind of skips over into the Atlantic a little bit there. So yeah, these cells like down here, if they stay isolated enough, let me check mesoanalysis. I want to see if they have enough vorticity or 3 cape or something to do anything. Multi-parameter field, surface vorticity, 3 cape. There's a little bit of 3 cape to work with down there. a small bit of vorticity. One thing it's kind of lacking here is surface vorticity. Dude, PA, far eastern Ohio, and far western Pennsylvania, they've got like 75 3 Cape right now. Matter of storms can take advantage of that and the vorticity, which there isn't much of up there. So we'll just have to see. Everyone like up the stream. Let's get to 10 likes. Yeah, the storm looks semi-impressive here near Youngsville. It was our previous Wake Forest storm. If that can like wrap up a little bit, it could do something. But it honestly looks like it's weakening in the last couple of scans. Maybe it's just organizing. It's just not as big. Kind of like the way the inflow looks a little bit less like impeded than all these other really, really messy storms down here. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, just put them in chat. I'm going to move up here to the Richmond storm and then later to the Washington, D.C. storm. Bear with me. The radar can be a little bit slow to get going there, but dang, yeah, that's a really strong line. Looking at like still 4,500 feet in the air, but that's just a really well-defined clean line. I bet there's a great shelf cloud. Richmond just got impacted by it, actually. But I bet there's a really nice shelf cloud with this line. Next places that are in line to get hit by this are Central Point, Owatton. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Wilkerton, King William, New Kent, Providence Forge, Charles City, and Hopewell for that segment of the line. Did I get anything severe yesterday? Cactus, I did not. I didn't even get lightning. It was kind of disappointing. There was just like, it all just died. It was just light rain the entire time. It was a little bit of a letdown because I was in a day 7 slight risk, I think. And a day 7 slight risk is crazy. But I was in it, and then it just got here, and it was absolutely nothing for me. But it's okay. There will be more storms, and it didn't hurt anyone, so that's good. But this line headed towards Fairfax, Vienna, West Springfield, areas like that, that's headed towards Washington, Washington, D.C. Looks like it could be producing 50, 60 mile an hour wind gusts here. It's moving northeast, so the severe segment will probably hit Washington, D.C. So if you're in there, you're walking, getting from building to building or anything, just make sure you're not caught outside when this hits, because it's going to pack a bit of a punch, and especially for a very, very populated area like that. This will definitely blow your umbrella out of your hands, so don't be out there walking. Try to get inside when this hits. But yeah, the line doesn't seem to be too impressive here anymore. But yeah, it's a really, really defined, pretty strong line right there. Yeah, thankfully, I'm kind of on spring break now, so I was able to go live earlier, and I don't think anyone else is live, so hopefully this gets pushed into the algorithm. Because I know all my good buds like Davis and Jesse at Mr. Storm, they're all in school right now. But yeah, it looks like me and Evan Freiberger are the only people live for coverage. But we now have 11 concurrent viewers. Let's go, guys. Right now, we are looking at severe line headed through far eastern Virginia. I'm going to silence my phone. And then southern Virginia, we have a severe segment, and then a lot of central North Carolina is going to have a big windy thunderstorm that's going to come through, but nothing is immediately tornadic at the moment, which is definitely good, because these tornadoes wouldn't even look pretty. They'd just be a soggy, rainy conglomeration of rotating winds. It would not look pretty. So it's good that there's no tornado threat right now, and it's pretty populated. Thank you, Cactus. Yeah, definitely. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers. I think we're at like 393 or something. Levi, what's up? It's the other Levi. How's it going, man? How's it going? Yeah, right now we're just looking at a wind bag, basically. Nothing looking really tornadic at the moment, though. I'll switch over to both screens so we can see if anything is going on. Just waiting for the storms there. Yeah, you're in Pennsylvania, right? Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Watching these storms down south here, Western PA. Okay, yeah. Making sure they don't do anything silly, because all of these have the opportunity to wrap up. Will they take it? We don't know. I'm gonna switch the radar back down here to see what's going on, because we had a storm near I believe Youngsville. Yeah, here it is. It's kind of just shrunk in size, but it could still pose a possible tornado threat, because it's just like a mini supercell. And we're looking at all these little sort of bumps and kinks in the line, making sure that that's not enhanced inflow that can help it wrap up and put down a tornado. Yeah, most interesting storm right now is the one near Franklinton, North Carolina. Everybody like up the stream. Let's get this out to the people who are in these areas. I know we already had someone from this area join the stream, which is awesome. So yeah, if anything starts spinning, I'll definitely be covering that over the winds, because there's really not much to say. It's just like it's anywhere from basically Raleigh, North Carolina, up through Richmond, Virginia, and down into parts of South Carolina. If you're east of that line, you're just going to get really windy, possibly severe winds with it, like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with a very rainy wind bag. So it'll just be a line of thunderstorms that pushes through the area. So we're mainly just monitoring to see if anything goes tornadic at this point. Monroe, North Carolina. Let me find that. Monroe, North Carolina. I believe that's like near Charlotte, right? Yeah, he's well out of the threat now. He should be fine. That passed earlier this morning. So yeah. If anyone has any questions about their location, let me know and I will gladly answer it. Something could be trying to do something here, but it just isn't looking too impressive in terms of tornado genesis or the start of a tornado. It doesn't look like it's going to have what it takes at the moment. Is this Pettis's overlay? He helped me make it. Oh, yeah, that's tightening up. That did tighten up next scan. This could get tornado warned. I don't think that's a CC drop, but that did tighten up. That's definitely some rotation near Lewisburg, North Carolina. But yeah, we'll be watching it, because as soon as that scan comes in, we're looking at it. So Franklinton, Lewisburg, eventually near Centerville, areas like that, you need to be on the lookout. I would not be surprised if this got tornado warned in the next couple of minutes. Would not be surprised at all. So let me, sorry about that, see if I got a notification, because sometimes the tornado post on Twitter will come through before it. Yeah, no tornado warning yet, but I would get near your safe spot or into it if you're in Lewisburg or areas like north of there. Because that looks like it's sort of tightening. Let me go there and then play it back. So right there is kind of unorganized, and you can see when those yellows and reds, when they come together, they're actually in the same direction, but it means one's moving faster than the other, like that. And that's actually rotation kind of spinning up if you think about it. So that's can be a telltale sign that a tornado could be forming. It does not look that impressive on reflectivity. I will tell you that right now. But velocity, it's looking decently impressive. Would not be surprised if they did issue a tornado warning on this storm pretty soon. We're 3 likes away from 10 likes. Let's get it. Let's get it. So yeah, right now we're just waiting for this next scan to come in to see if there's any CC drop or if they issue a tornado warning on the storm, because I would not be surprised if they did. The way the velocity is looking, that's severe. This may be a severe thunderstorm warning with a severe or a tornado possible. No, there's no tornado possible with that. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. That rotation kept up to the next scan, or actually has it? The velocity is not updated yet, but we'll look at that. We'll keep watching until it updates. Sometimes velocity can be pretty slow. We hit 10 likes. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. We're at 11 likes. Let's go. Like goal for this stream. Let's go 20. Let's go 20. Perchance even 25. But yeah. Lewisburg here. Definitely looking interesting with this velocity. Yeah, next scan comes in. It still looks like it's rotating. A little bit more broad, but still definitely rotating. So I would not be surprised if that got a tornado warning. We're only looking 1,000 feet in the air. That seems like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, some thunderstorms, when you get back out in Texas and stuff, they'll be like 50,000 feet in the air. So this is very, very close to the ground. Well, relatively close to the ground. So that's a good mid to lower level mezzo that we need to be watching. Let me check if there's... Dude, I don't think that's anything on CC. I don't really... Yeah, no, that's not exactly correlated, so I'm going to just disregard the correlation coefficient with this for now. Nicely done, chat. Yeah, nicely done. We hit 10 likes. Let's go on to the next goal. On to the next goal. Yeah, right now that's the most concerning looking part right now. Let me make sure the live warnings are working. It's a 6 severe. 6 severe. Yeah, it's working. Well, there we go. We finally have auto updating warnings below me, so hopefully that looks pretty nice. Let me know what you think of the overlay in the chat. Let me know what you think. Big shout out to James Pettis who helped me make this. Yeah, we do have that new severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts like the rest of them up near Ronka. Do we trust the Giga Trough on March 14th? Ooh, Freddie, what's up? Do we trust that? After this last thing played out, absolutely not. But I mean, you can hold out hope for it if you want. I think it'd be cool if something happened and it didn't flop like this last one. We'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't put too much stock into it. That's 4 days after my birthday, so it'd be pretty cool to see something. I haven't checked the latest runs to see where the storms would be, but yeah. In Giga Trough we trust, for real. Yeah, looks like that rotation kind of died down near Lewisburg, and so did that reflectivity presentation. You can see it went from looking decent, and it just started dying. So yeah. Yeah, you have trust issues? Yeah, I would too. I have trust issues now too, because I was in at like day 7, 15%, and then for yesterday, and then it got here, and we only got a little bit of rain. It was like the slightest bit of drizzle. It wasn't even like big rainfall amounts at all. It was kind of rough. But yeah, we're gonna check back on our storm here near Washington D.C. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty squall line, honestly, headed into the U.S. Capitol here. So I bet Matthew Capucci is getting excited if he's still there. So yeah, that's a pretty strong line. It doesn't look like they might actually re-severe warn it, but it's kind of exiting that first polygon. So it was, I think it was canceled actually. Yeah, it moved out of the area. So that's no longer really severe warn, but that could still have some really gusty winds, and you don't want to be caught outside if you're in the Washington, D.C. area. Kensington, Alexandria, Wellington, Rose Hill Farms, areas like that. And honestly, that just stretches all the way down through Virginia, into North Carolina, down into South Carolina, all the way back into Florida. It's a really, really long complex of storms. That's just going to be gusty winds for days. That's a really, really strong squall line right here. I would not be surprised if they bumped that up to 70 mile an hour. Nope, still 60 mile an hour wind gusts with this. Headed towards Montrose, Champlain. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Paul's Crossroads, Walkerton, King William, and Center Cross areas in Virginia. Cactus, you are not a terrible mod. You wouldn't be a terrible mod. But yeah, all of these are warned for 60 mile an hour wind gusts. I don't think there's any for 70 mile an hour or anything, so it's relatively strong thunderstorms coming through. They're just going to be gusty and very rainy. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, put them in chat. I would love to be in front of this, honestly. I bet it probably has a at least decent shelf cloud. I will take anything I can get. I'm going to move back down here to the severe storms near Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, looking really windy. Did that tighten up again, bro? Dude, this rotation is doing too much. Oh wait, no, it didn't. I was a few scans back. Okay, thank the Lord. I was like, the reflectivity is just gone. There's no way it's still rotating that much. There still is. Nah, that's contamination. Never mind. That is not That is not reliable. That is contamination. Down here, I'm looking at these kinks in the line. I wish we had better radar down here, because these look pretty interesting. They aren't as straight. That could be like embedded little supercells or just kinks in the line where inflow could be enhanced and it could wrap up, but I can't really see very well. We're looking at like 4,000 feet in the air over here. But yeah. Very, very gusty, strong line of thunderstorms headed through the entire East Coast. Not much else to say, honestly. We do have a threat up here in Pennsylvania that should materialize later today for some thunderstorms. I don't know. Do they have... What's the tornado risk up there? I woke up today and I ate breakfast and I saw there was a tornado warning and I was like, shoot, I'm going to go live. Yeah, we got a 2% up into eastern Ohio. I think the best place to be up there is like eastern Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Triple Point right there. Like, I think that's going to be the place where it happens if anything does. So yeah. Everybody like up the stream. Let's hit 20. We're at 12 likes so far. We can do it. Let's hit the go. Yeah, that is not reliable data right there. You see how that strengthens right here in the velocity as soon as that reflectivity goes down into the greens here, into like 20 dBz. That at that point I just would kind of disregard it for now. The reflectivity doesn't even look too impressive, so I'm not very worried about that. Not very worried about that. Nightdale, Wendell, Zebulon. all looking to be in a part of like the messy part of it. Like right here, that doesn't look too strong, even though it's severe warned. But there could be winds. Just because the reflectivity doesn't look that impressive doesn't mean the winds won't be there. Because, I mean, even here, when we didn't even have any thunderstorms in the area, we had like 50, 55 mile an hour wind gusts. And really high sustained winds that were actually like knocking down power lines and trees, and there just wasn't even any thunderstorms. It was just really windy. So yeah, if you're in like Creedmoor, Wake Forest, Raleigh, Garner, Cary, Warnersville, Apex, Holly Springs, areas like that, you're in the clear now. You should be good. There may be a couple like behind the lines straggling storms that could clip you, but it doesn't look like anything too serious. Looks like the worst of it has moved on. But yeah, we're testing out a new stream overlay. It's not completely finished. Like I want to have like chaser below me, main chaser will be below me. Then if I get any more, put them under there, under the radar. But we're gonna figure it out. I like the way it looks, and we got auto updating warnings, which is really nice. But yeah, waiting for a new warning to be issued. It looks like the tornado threat has subsided here shortly, just for a little bit, but never know when something could spin up with these lines. If something does spin up, it probably won't be too violent or strong, but it's enough to do damage. You're just about to ask about the box play. Yeah, there's probably gonna be some. I'm gonna find something to put there. Chaser's gonna be the box like right below my webcam, and then below the radar, probably chasers or something. But if I have like Freddy's stream and a few other people, we all know Freddy gets the spot right there on the side. Because I mean, he's technically, if you think about it, he's the most likely to have a tornado on stream, and I'm working on getting a overlay or like a scene where it just pulls up the chaser, only the chaser without the radar. So I'm gonna do that once I get actual chasers, or when I get chasers that are actually chasing. But right now, everything doesn't look very fun to chase. Not gonna lie. Everything seems to be soggy Dixie trees. Not everything has been nocturnal so far, but still, not a fun chase. Yeah, I think I had one of Freddy's old streams under here just to test, so I'll undo that just for a second so y'all can see what it would look like. I don't know if that comes up. It does not seem to be coming up. Yeah, it'd be like that. So that's how the chaser would look under there. Yeah. I'll mute that back up. But that's the idea behind this overlay. These storms are not doing anything too crazy right now. I'll go back and check up on Washington D.C. just because definitely a very populated area. Yeah, that line's coming through there. Let me see. Does this have velocity? No, none of these have velocity. Does this have velocity? Nope. Please be a radar with velocity data, bro. There we go. Yeah, really gusty winds here. We're measuring at like, this is 1,000 feet above the air still, so it could be stronger, or it could be way weaker. We don't know, but I'm guessing it's probably a little bit stronger towards the ground there. We're looking at like, either way, we're looking at like 30-mile-an-hour winds. And down to the south, they just warned it when you get up here. Very big wind gradient right there. They just warned it for probably 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Yeah, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This is moving east at 45 miles an hour. So not as fast as some of the storms yesterday, where we had quite literally a storm that was going almost 3 times that fast. We had a special weather statement for a storm that was moving in Tennessee at 120 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy. That was the first time I ever saw that. What is that? I don't know how much I trust the velocity there, though. Something to keep our eyes on up here, though. Once again, if anyone has any questions, just put them in chat. I will happily answer them. Let me check my phone. Who else texted me? Holy crap. Is that... I think I just saw the Giga Trough. Holy crap. The moisture doesn't look terrible. But then again, it's that far out. Bro. That trough is insane. Let me bring it up on stream. Let me see if I can get it. I'll just put it up to my camera. That is what we're looking at. Like, I don't know how many hours out that would be, but a lot. That's way far out. So I don't trust that at all. But that's still crazy to see. I wouldn't put any stake into this, but the moisture looks good too. Can't angle that right. Weird because it's reversed. Yeah. So that's what moisture looks like. Not terrible. Pretty good actually, but I just would not put any stake into that. That's so far out. And as we know, they have really we've had some setups that look like they would go crazy, but then we're always lacking on like thermos or moisture or something when we actually get to the event. Thermos has really been killing the events right now. We've had crazy kinematics, but the like Cape moisture, things like that, they've just been slacking. Got these little like line segments, like this broke out in front of the line, then we have this line behind it, and then this little storm behind the line. Oh wait, that's part of a line it's like stair-stepping different segments of lines. Now I'm telling you, if I was in front of this storm, I would go right here. I know, because this happens to me every time. I'd always pass in the gap in between the two strongest parts of the storm. It always happens. It's just the way it is. I'm going to go back down here to the enhanced risk area. Something that'll be interesting is that severe risk that we have up north in Pennsylvania today. Ohio, Pennsylvania, 3 Cape, and surface vort was looking pretty okay. Pretty decent for up there. Surface vorticity wasn't looking the greatest, but 3 Cape, we had a bullseye of 75 3 Cape, and you only need 50 to get pretty significant tornadoes. I'll bring it up here on stream. Hopefully this works and doesn't like leak any information. I don't know. Let me see if this works. Tombo, what's up? How's it going, dude? Yeah, there we go. So we got 75 3 Cape up there, and the surface vorticity just does not look that impressive, but if there is any surface vorticity that gets up there in the next hour, or a couple of hours actually, that can effectively, with that 3 Cape, it can effectively be stretched into the vertical, and that can aid in tornado genesis, or even just make it happen in general. So yeah. Right now I'm watching this in McKinney. I think that's McKinney, Virginia. That looks interesting. I don't want to put too much stock into that. But yeah, that looks like it could be some pretty decent rotation northeast of Alberta and southwest of McKinney. McKinney, Virginia. That rings a bell. But yeah, that looks like that could actually be something trying to wrap up there. So would not be surprised if that got tornado warned in the next little bit, but we shall see what the next scan of velocity looks like. It's always behind by a little bit, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Is that newest scan? Nope. No new scan yet. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Nothing else looking too immediately concerning. So we'll keep our focus on this. Let's wait for the next scan to come in. Yeah, it looks like it tightened up a little bit there. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. Is Southwest Virginia still getting snow tonight? Let me check that real quick. Let me pull up Pivotal Weather. I can get you an answer on that. I'm not sure about that. Forecast Loop Continental US. I'll bring it up here. So you can see we have winter weather. Actually, I'm going to go surface and precipitation. I think it's a reflectivity type. I'm not sure if this. I need to go back around. I'm not the best at winter weather forecasting, so I'm just gonna go off the HRRR. It isn't looking like you'll get much. It isn't looking like you'll get too much. There's a possibility you get some flurries, but not looking like too much right now. Let me do NAM 3 kilometer. Something different to look at than that same line. NAM is a bit more aggressive with the snow, but it likes it dying out in that Southwest Virginia part of it. But you still may get something. We don't know for sure. This is not set in stone, but it looks like you might get a couple of flurries, but nothing too big. So yeah, not looking too impressive snow-wise in Southwest Virginia. Dude, that is tightening up near McKinney, Virginia. I would not be surprised if that does go tornado warned pretty soon. Thank you for subscribing. Definitely. I mean, we stream like this. I mean, I've kind of slacked in the past a little bit, but we're starting to do it a lot more consistently. But yeah, thank you. Definitely. If you are in McKinney, DeWitt, Dinwiddie, I don't know. What are these names? Definitely need to be taking precautions and checking those watches and warnings, because that looks pretty convincing, honestly. That's 3,000 feet in the air, so it's not anything too impressive. It's not really close to the radar. We don't have the best radar coverage out here, but that's not very high. In relativity, 3,000 feet isn't bad. So definitely a good mid to low level mesocyclone there, headed towards McKinney in Virginia. I think we had no new scan yet. But yeah, I don't know if the NWS is seeing something I don't. I don't see. Yeah, there's no CC drop, so it doesn't look like there's anything on the ground right now. But yeah, still something to keep our eyes on. I'm surprised they haven't put a precautionary warning out, but they're probably, if they don't put one out at all, they probably see something that I don't, because they're trained professionals, and I'm just a kid who's wasted most of his life looking at clouds, so they're definitely more qualified. I'm going to move back up here to Washington, D.C., see what's going on up here. Looks like that line is impacting Washington, the heart of Washington, D.C. right now, or it's just passed through. Looks like we were measuring 40-ish mile-an-hour wind gusts at around 1,500 feet in the air there. Super windy in Southwest Virginia. Yeah, it's going to be really windy. Let me pull up 1 second. Okay, let me get this going. I'm trying to do this. So yeah, the past few days we've had this trough come through, and the lower level jet, at least when it was in Tennessee yesterday, it was cranking like, I'm not sure how many knots, but it was up there. It was definitely like above 60 knots, I think. And that means that right above our heads there's really, really fast winds. And as it gets lower, sometimes it'll kind of weaken, but we were still getting 50, 55 mile an hour winds with no thunderstorms. So that's what's going to be happening most of the eastern United States, honestly, northeastern areas like that. You're going to have really, really windy day today, but it should die down tonight into tomorrow morning. Dude, the dust, I bet that was crazy, Cactus. Yeah. Winds did finally die down over there. I'm going to go back here. Want to keep my eyes fixed on this storm that could go tornado warned. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it looks like it's wrapping up, dude. Yeah, dude, that's got to get a tornado warning soon, right? Near McKinney, if you're in McKinney, DeWitt, areas like that, I would go ahead and get in your safe place just in case, because no harm, no foul if nothing does touch down. If something doesn't touch down, if something does touch down, you're in your safe spot, so that's good. I'm really surprised that isn't warned. Let me see if this is a tornado possible tag. No. No, it was not. Dang. That's pretty tight rotation. Let me see if anyone else is seeing this. I'm 90% sure that that's rotation right there. I'm 100% sure there's some rotation right there. That's probably like the most impressive signature I've seen all today, and it's unwarned. So if you're in McKinney, DeWitt, anywhere in those areas between Stony Creek, DeWitt, McKinney areas like that, I don't know. There's no warning, but there definitely a tornado could drop at any point with the storm, in my opinion. So I would go ahead and take action and just get into your safe place because it can't hurt. Oh, there it goes. Tornado warned. We called it. There's now a tornado warning. So if you're in McKinney, DeWitt, Ben Whitty, there is a tornado warning. It was finally issued. I don't know why it wasn't issued earlier, but it's now been issued. And I don't see any CC drop yet, but that is a pretty tight couplet. But yeah. Finally, it was tornado warned. It's headed northeast at 35 miles an hour. And it was radar indicated, so no reports of anything yet. It'll turn a darker shade of red if it's reported or confirmed. So we have a spotter on it. We have, I think it's William Hark on that storm, so I might look that up on Twitter and see if he has anything. Don't see anything there, but yeah, definitely could be a tornado trying to form here in McKinney, Texas, DeWitt, areas like that. If you're upstream of this storm, get in your safe place. Hopefully the alert went off on your phone, but town names don't come up very well on this computer, so I'm going to run the loop and I'm going to read off Radar Omega, the towns that are in this tornado warning. Thank you for putting that in there, Cactus. But yeah, if you're anywhere in between McKinney, dude, there really is no towns there. Yeah, McKinney, Dinwiddie. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Basically, like Interstate 95 to, if you drew a triangle from Interstate 95 to Dinwiddie, back down to McKinney, areas like that. And if you're in like a couple mile radius of any of the areas I just named, I'd take shelter because this is looking like a pretty impressive signature on radar. I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. Gonna see what we're working with in terms of new scans. So that was the scan I was just looking at. We should, yeah, there's a new reflectivity scan. Velocity scan should come in soon. We're at 15 likes. Let's go. Let's get to 20 so that this is pushing the algorithm. I believe we're the only people live other than Evan Freiberger. I don't know as of now, though. There may have been someone else that popped up, like Max or something. I just know a lot of the other people around my age are in school right now. Caleb Beecham is up there chasing the blizzard. I'll have to touch on that when this tornado warning expires. Let's go. We're 4 away from 20, but right now we focus on this tornado warning here in Virginia. So if you're in the McKinney-DeWitt area and then southeast of there, you need to be taking cover because this looks relatively impressive. I mean, the velocity kind of went down in intensity the last couple of scans, but it could definitely wrap back up. So want to be paying attention. Definitely want to be paying attention. Yeah, it looks like some inflows trying to get carved out there, but it's really, really rainy. You can see this. You are not going to be able to see this tornado. It is super rainy around the circulation. Super rainy. Yeah, that is looking to kind of like surged in there. It looks like it's becoming a little bit more outflow dominant. So it doesn't look like it's tornadoing at the moment. But still want to be in your safe place because it could drop anything at any time. Once again, if you have any questions for your area, let me know and I can answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah, it looks a little bit less impressive now. But still looking really good in terms of tornado potential. Yeah, it's headed up towards the Petersburg area in Virginia. So relatively pretty populated area up there near Petersburg. So hopefully it will. I expect it to, and hopefully it will die down before it gets there. But still need to keep our eyes on it. Yeah, this is moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So not the fastest moving storm, but not very slow either. So if you're in the tornado warning, you need to get to shelter as fast as possible. Yep. Let me see if this tornado warning has any more information with it. Wait, we just got a new scan. Yeah, still looking a little bit outflowy right now, but could definitely have something going on under it. We can't tell for sure. We're looking 2,500 feet in the air. We don't know what's going on at the ground level. But so far, we don't have any spotter reports of anything yet. Locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Wharf Store, Cherry Hill, Rawlings, Butworth, and Burgess. But yeah, it's not looking as impressive as it was. Thank you, Cactus. Yeah, definitely. Like up the stream so that this does get to more people because it'll help it in the algorithm. Definitely. This is looking less and less impressive, but the reflectivity looks about the same as it did earlier, so we'll see what happens. Once this is allowed to expire, I may move over, just look at the blizzard real quick, or I may move down into North Carolina and see what's going on there. Because we kind of got to monitor all areas of the storm, make sure it's not doing anything tornadic like this. because basically anywhere on this line does have the opportunity and ability to do that. Yeah. Yeah, that next scan, it really just is looking way less impressive. It looks very outflowy now. Don't know when this ends. When does this tornado end? Tornado warning end. It is in effect till 1:19. Wait. Never mind. Until 1:45 Eastern time. So we've got about 15 more minutes of this, unless they cancel it, and they may cancel it, to be honest, because that rotation is not looking as impressive. I'm gonna move down here to South Carolina for a second. Yeah, just a windbag down here so far. Not looking at anything too concerning tornadic wise yet. That's a big yet, because anything can happen with these QLCSs. They're really unpredictable. I'm gonna move back up here to our tornado warning since it's headed towards Prince George, Petersburg area. I'm gonna look up Petersburg population. Petersburg population. Yeah, 33,000 people in Petersburg as of 2023. See, yeah, so very populated, very populated. Yeah, that just looks less and less impressive. That's good for Petersburg because that's a really populated area, of course. Un momento. Okay. I think all of these are still warned for 60 mile an hour. Yeah, nothing above that. We're just looking at 60 mile an hour wind gusts with most of these storms. Yeah, that isn't looking like really tight rotation at all anymore. Could maybe near DeWitt be something, but that doesn't look too impressive anymore, which is a good thing. I'm going to check, see how the line's doing here in Washington. Okay. Yeah, it went through Washington. Still a really strong line there. Doesn't look like anything happened tornadic wise, but definitely a strong thunderstorm that moved through the capital there. What did NWS tornado post? Continuation of this warning. Okay, yeah. I could see kind of why they. Yeah, that just doesn't look impressive at all, honestly. I should have asked before, but do you want a warning posted in chat? Yeah, sure. You can post a warning in chat. Right now, it's like not too busy, so it's good if you post it in there. If like for some reason we get really busy and chat's like scrolling at 1,000,000 miles an hour, which probably won't happen anytime soon. You might not want something else in there, but for now, it's perfectly fine. Thank you. I'm gonna. I don't want to take my attention off this for too long since it's a tornado warning, but I kind of want to look down in Florida because there were some interesting cells that were going up there. I'm just gonna take a quick look down here in Florida. See what we're looking at. Okay, there was a severe thunderstorm warning issued. Daytona Beach. I bet that's a pretty view. Okay. Eh, that's an okay storm there. Let me see if there's a radar that has velocity. Because velocity is probably the most useful, one of the most useful tools in radar. That's a little, yeah, not really anything to write home about right there. Probably a little bit of hail there though. Probably a little bit of hail. Gusty winds, but nothing too crazy at the moment. Just watching these, like, make sure they don't do anything silly. Because Florida always has those random straggler storms that just spin up a weak tornado out of nowhere. Gonna kind of scan up the line, make sure there's not anything too interesting velocity wise. We have these kind of prefrontal cells down here, which are interesting. That's quite interesting, actually. That one has like a nice shape to it, but I wouldn't. Velocity doesn't look too impressive at the moment. So we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on those. I'm going to go back up to the tornado warning here, though. Keep our priorities set straight. Yeah, that's just not looking too impressive anymore, though. It's just really broad, but something could definitely spin up there in that broad rotation, but nothing really to write home about at all there. Finally got the thing going well. The stream. We are 4 subscribers away from 400. Let's go. New post from NWS Tornado. They continued this again. They're continuing it like every 5 minutes. They continue this tornado warning. It's good precaution, but it doesn't look too strong. But we can't look very close to the ground, so there may be something down there that we can't see. So it's good to have a precautionary warning there, but it just looks that it doesn't look too impressive right now. So yeah, all these still warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Yeah, trees falling down is probably a big problem with this windbag. We had some trees fall here yesterday from non-thunderstorm wind. No joke. Thunderstorm wind damage up here. Tree down on Route 619 in the vicinity of Flanagan Mill Road, just west of the Hanover New Kent County line. So yeah, there's already some thunderstorm wind damage being reported here. Already stuff being reported. Everyone like up the stream. We're 4 likes away from 20 likes, which is the goal. So yeah, we're just waiting to see this next scan come in, waiting to see if they cancel this tornado warning. I mean, I get it if they don't, honestly, because there's definitely some semblance of broad rotation, and anything can really happen there, so I'd keep it warned. Just waiting for the next scan, though. Other than that, same story, just strong winds with these thunderstorms that's moving through South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. And then later today, we have a threat for some more storms up in Pennsylvania and Ohio, areas like that. I think the hot spot could be this area right here, far western part of the risk up there. Could be wrong though. It's just I don't know how the parameters will kind of progress. It's kind of hard to forecast that right now. So maybe a little bit more east from there, but we'll see. Waiting for the new mesoanalysis. So yeah, back to this. That barely changed within the last scan. So yeah, nothing really to write home about right now. So if anyone has any questions, put them in chat, because nothing else really to say about this that I haven't already reiterated multiple times. I'm going to check something on Radar Omega here. Do a little bit of off-screen radar watching. Are storms initiating up in Ohio already? I don't know if that's the main round. Yeah, it looks like storms are trying to fire up there. But it'll be a good bit till they kind of latch on and strengthen. I'm going to loop this part of the storm for a little bit, because why not? Yeah. If anyone has any questions, just put them in chat. I'm going to smooth the radar. Let's see how that looks. That's weird. I think I can, like, edit. Smoothing settings. Wait. Yeah, that's weird smoothing. You can see it, like, smoothed the radar. I'm not sure how I like that. You cannot smooth velocity, though. I'm not really a smooth radar kind of guy. I like the raw radar bins. Not that it necessarily looks better to me, it just feels better. Yeah, storms look to be starting to try to do something up there. Just start to get going, but it should be a good bit before anything really starts to become severe or anything up there. Got a little bit of a hail risk up there, right? 5% up there, and a 2% tornado risk up there. 15% risk for damaging winds as well. Yeah, just keeping our eyes on this rotation. It looks like it's about to move out of the warning polygon, so they may extend it, they may not. I'm not sure. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. If anyone has any questions, put them in chat. I'm going to check on these storms down here in South Carolina and North Carolina. Because, yeah, we had a little bit of the sort of prefrontal action, just a little bit of isolated development out here. It's not looking too crazy. It's pretty messy, pretty unorganized. But something could get the job done, like right here. Looks like we have a little bit of broad rotation, but nothing to write home about. Yeah, next scan doesn't look as impressive. So yeah. Nothing looking too crazy at the moment. So go back up here. Go back up here. new scan came in. It looks basically the same as the last 10, so nothing too crazy. So we are 4 likes away from 20 likes. Let's get to 20 likes so that we can get this pushed up in the algorithm a bit more and get it to some more people. But yeah, I'm waiting to see. There's another report up here, yeah, in Maryland. Source 911 call center. A tree was down in the Westlake area around Waldorf. So there was more trees down. This is one of the main hazards with this is trees getting blown down because we have 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts through and throughout this entire complex of storms. It's not the highest end severe weather, but it's a lot of it. So most of this line, well, no longer most of it, but a lot of this line is warned for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, which can definitely do some damage. Yeah, it looks like the tornado or tornadic part of this storm here headed towards Prince George area, the Petersburg area. It looks like it moved out of the warning polygon, so they may just allow that to expire because it looks less concerning, but let me see something. See how that was like mostly just like a straight line right there? Why as soon as it leaves the warning and we thought it was done, it kind of like does a little kink right there. Like that. Man, okay. We'll see. Hopefully this doesn't tighten back up because it's heading towards a pretty populated area. Let me check the flooding outlook. Excessive rainfall outlook. Day 1 excessive rainfall outlook. Yeah, they're looking at here in Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, all the way up into Maine for a marginal risk of flooding. You saw my interview with Brady at National Storm Chaser Summit. Did great. Yeah, thank you. That was kind of like a surprise thing. He just came up, and me and Mr. Storm, we were kind of freaking out because, like, that's a relatively famous person. It was actually kind of crazy because after that he fell out of the Dow, and then we had to go run and get Eric Fox, and then he had to go to the hospital because he busted open his head on the sidewalk, like right in front of me and Mr. Storm. I'm not gonna say the graphic details, but it was crazy. Yeah, it was an interesting experience, but it was cool that we got that interview. Yeah. And then one of the big cool things that happened there was we got a shout out on Ryan Hall from Brad Arnold. Also, Freddie called Max, which was awesome. We got to talk to Max, which was fun. And of course, meeting Freddie again. All those guys, Alex Russell, had Hunter, Kyle Gillette. They were really great, really awesome to talk to. So yeah, National Storm Chaser Summit was great. I'm going to try to at least get like a short out with like all the cool people I met. I've been pretty locked in with trying to finish this recap video. My perfectionist side is really kind of coming out. It's like, that doesn't look quite right. And I'm like, well, what else do I do? So I need to like lock in and just get it done, put the foot down and post it, you know? Just have a couple more voiceovers to record before it is like postable, like an actual good video. So hopefully that'll be out pretty soon. Hopefully over this spring break that I have this next week. So yeah, tornado warning did expire like I expected it to. So we're just left with a few severe thunderstorm warnings. Man, it's so nice to have the warnings automatically update for me right there. That's so nice. You're a big fan of Ryan? Yeah. Ryan Hall is great. I would love to get to talk to him sometime. He basically is just like the famous version of what we do. He has a really nice setup. He has like a supercomputer that he runs his stuff on. It's pretty crazy. But it was crazy that we got on that because Brad Arnold shouted us out and there were like 30 something thousand people watching. It was pretty cool. So yeah, just looking at 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with most of this line. Now we're just kind of waiting for the Pennsylvania event to get going. And just making sure this doesn't wrap up again. Why does it look like that again? I don't like how it kind of makes that S shape. You see where this gray line is? How it makes that little bit of an S shape? Well, when I see that go kind of horizontal-ish like that, that kind of makes me think that it might be starting to wrap up, but we'll have to keep our eyes on it. Doesn't look too impressive right now. It's just something to watch. We'll go back and look at these storms down here. Why not? This could be some water spout action out here off the coast of South Carolina. Wonder, yeah. Really interesting, really messy storm mode down there. Very messy. Up here, also pretty messy. So yeah, pretty good storm down by Kissimmee. Now that is showing rotation. Let me check that out. What state? Oh yeah, I think I got it. Let me get down there. I was keeping my eye on the stuff down here, but I'll have to take a look. Yeah, is that like near Orlando? Okay, yeah, that is showing some rotation now. Very hard to tell. We're 5,000 feet away, or 5,000 feet in the air. We're really far away from the radar, so hard to say for sure what's going on there, but something to keep our eyes on. Got to get back to work. Yeah, thank you, Cactus. I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Always nice to see you in here. There's a Bowling Green, Florida. I feel like there's like a Bowling Green everywhere. Also, Colonial Heights. That's a name that's in almost like every state. Yeah, this storm near Poincia. Wait, Poinciana. I don't know how to pronounce that. That storm there is looking pretty interesting. I keep my eyes on it if you're in Kissimmee, Narcoossee, St. Cloud, areas like that. I'm gonna look at the terminal radar so there won't be velocity, but yeah, it looks pretty decent on reflectivity. So definitely something to watch out for. And I don't think we got any like tornado warnings up there, so we'll just keep our eyes on this one for now. There's no tornado warning, so I'm just gonna do this. So yeah, watching these storms in Florida, because they could definitely do something. I bet Alina was happy. She probably got some storms. Mike's in charge now? Okay. Mike is officially in charge. Seismic Mike. Let's go. Everyone W Seismic Mike's. He's in charge. He's in charge of chat now. Seismic Mike is in charge of chat now, guys. And looks like we have... There's now power outages in North Carolina because of tree limbs falling on equipment and power lines. So there's some power outages there. We are 1 view away from 100 views on this stream. Let's go. Don't think you have any banning powers? I don't know. Hopefully we won't need to ban anyone. But you're in charge. I'll try to figure out how to give you permissions for that if we need it. Loris, that looks kind of suspicious, but it's really just messy. There's probably a lot of storms that look like insane supercells here, but really it's just messy little updrafts kind of conglomerating into a line, so it's not very organized, as you can probably tell. Got a little bit of rotation up and down this line here, but that's over the ocean and probably won't make landfall for a while if it actually does. So yeah, right now we're just kind of waiting. We are 3 likes away from 20. I'll probably end stream when we hit 20, but I don't know if we'll hit 20 anytime soon. So I could be here for a while. We'll see. And then we'll restart. We'll do another stream. We'll do another stream whenever the PA event starts popping off. You're going to go get food at Vicksburg, Mississippi? Nice. See you, Samuel. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Once again, if you're still in the risk area, but if you're in Rockingham, Laurinburg, Sanford, Pittsburgh, Durham, Roxborough, Henderson, areas like that, you're basically in the clear for the rest of this day. You're in the clear. The worst has gone through, so you should be good. We're at 100 views. Let's go. Almost at 20 likes. But yeah, there's really not much interesting happening other than just severe winds at the moment. I don't want to get flamed for looking at models this far out, but I don't know. My volumes will be weak. Yeah, let me turn that up. I think it's actually maxed out. I'll just talk a little bit closer into the mic. That's weird. Usually it is louder. I don't know what's happening. It's completely maxed out, so I'll talk a little bit louder. We'll see. We'll make it work. But yeah, I don't want to get flamed, but I kind of want to look at models. So we'll take a look. Go pivotal weather. Let's see what this is saying. Yeah, we're gonna go forecast loop here. Let me make sure this is working. Yep, we got pivotal weather up. Yippee. So let's go not ARRR. Let's look at the GFS. And let's look at wind. 500 millibar. Please don't lag. Please don't crash. I don't want this to crash again. Okay. So this is what we're dealing with right now. We have this trough moving through. And we're talking about those winds. That's because we have like 110 knot winds over there in very southwestern Virginia. So that's what we have coming through. That's what's initiating these storms and initiated the storms the past couple of days. But as we move into the future, we also have this, which could cause something. Doesn't look too impressive in terms of geometry. That's very positively tilted. What positively tilted means in a trough is when it's, whoops, did not mean to take a sounding. Positively tilted is when it's tilted off to the west. Negatively tilted is when it's tilted towards the east. We're 2 likes away from 20. Let's go, y'all. Let's get this to 20 likes. And then neutral is just straight up and down, south to north, north to south. And this is very positively tilted. Negatively tilted is usually more favorable for big severe weather days. So that kind of moves through here, may bring some storms to some people in the south. And this kind of moves through. I kind of like this just because it's way less forcing. And it looks like my area might be able to get something. Now here's where we get into really big crazy stuff. I didn't mean it's lagging. This. Okay. What's happening? There we go. This. Now, what you're seeing right now is insanity. This is GFS La La Land. I would not take any of this seriously at all. But it's just a signal that there could be a trough heading into like the 14th time frame. And I would honestly be in a pretty good spot for storms if that did materialize. But here's the thing, we are not saying it will materialize. Like, I wouldn't want to tell people, oh my gosh, it's going to be so windy because there's 110 knots. It's going to be on the 14th because that is like a week and a half out. So we don't need to be telling people that it's actually going to happen. But right after that, there's another sort of trough thing. But moisture there won't be enough moisture return for that. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to look at ensembles. What is it thinking? It thinks something will be out that far, but see, the ensembles are a little bit more reliable. But it doesn't think anything too big. Dang, it is lagging. It doesn't think anything too crazy will come out of that. So it's saying some trough might be there, but it's not saying as intense as the actual GFS. Yeah. Well, let's see what Canada has to say about this. Once again, take this with a grain of salt. This is not a forecast. This is just trying to see what's going on. Okay, let me do the last run. So, looking at like 250 hours out. Yeah, also has a pretty decent signal for a trough coming through at that time frame. Do we think a trough is going to come through? Yes. Do we know if it's going to be intense or actually produce any big time severe weather? No. There's very, very little confidence that this will actually materialize. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Back to the storms. Yeah, still nothing really that interesting. What's going on up here? Yeah, that's not reliable yet. None of this looks too concerning at the moment. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, put them in chat. Put them in chat. And we're 2 likes away from 20. Let's hit 20. So far, I like the new overlay. I think it's working well. Think it's working well. But yeah, today's stream has been good. I've enjoyed today's stream. Definitely enjoyed it. Glad to be back. So yeah. Nokia Rapids. Yeah, these are moving at varying speeds, but it's between like 35 to 55 miles an hour is the range that these storms are moving at, northeast. If you have any questions, just let me know in chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Really not much else to say. I'll go check, see what PA is doing up there. They've got going on up in their neck of the woods. Okay. Looks like we got a pretty good storm here near Greenville in Jamestown. Also, yeah, the storms are starting to fire here. Got one in Fairview, West Virginia, down here, some in Mill Creek, Beverly, Valley Head, West Virginia, Ohio, got a couple, Homeworth, Winona, and those are going to make their way into Pennsylvania as the day progresses. Ain't nothing happening right there right now. Skies are clear. Yeah, I'm just waiting here. There are some storms going in the neighboring states, though, so I'll just keep my eye out on those. Nothing looking too interesting velocity-wise, to be honest. So we're just waiting. Just waiting. Lightning. The lightning stuff has seemed to be not so accurate with the overlay pack I got for GR2. It just hasn't. Like, I've had storms with a lot of lightning that I've been on, and it just doesn't show that. Here near Providence, Providence Forge, Charles City, areas like that. That's looking a little bit interesting, not gonna lie. Have to keep our eyes out on that. I think that was a storm that, yeah, that was previously what we were previously looking at. Yeah. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Other Levi, are you gonna like try to like go out and chase or anything today? Let me check something. We are 3 subscribers away from 400, guys. That means we're 103 subscribers away from getting enough subscribers to do super chats and stuff like that. So that would be really cool. And memberships. We could do memberships, which would be amazing. Skies are clear here. I was called into work, so no. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Is what it is, though. Sometimes you miss the best events. I was at National Storm Chaser Summit for the biggest storms we've had this year so far in my neck of the woods. I was actually gone, but I was glad I was in Chaser Summit rather than at my house because I got to meet a lot of cool people. Wait, do you have enough watch hours? I'm actually pretty close to enough watch hours. I think I'm 900 watch hours away, and you need 3,000. So I'm well over 2/3 of the way to the watch hour goal. Hopefully, I'll be able to hit that pretty soon. If I consistently stream this season, I should hopefully be able to hit it pretty soon. I don't know though. Okay, back. Got a text. Yeah. So keeping our eyes on this near Charles City could be interesting. It's kind of hard to say though. Kind of hard to say. There's really not much to talk about right now. Not much to write home about. It's all just 60-mile-an-hour severe thunderstorm warnings up and down the line. Like all of North Carolina is under one, or a solid strip through it. Like Goldsboro, Wilson, Kingston, Rocky Mount, Roanoke Rapids, Emporia, Virginia, places like that, all under 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Severe thunderstorm warnings. Dude, the automatic updating warnings, active warnings, is so nice. I used to have to manually put them in. Well, guys, I think I'm going to hop off to eat since I have not eaten at all. I think I ran, what is this? An hour-long stream so far. So I'm going to go eat some food. I may be back afterwards. I'll hopefully be back for the Pennsylvania event, and I may have PA Storm trackers for that. So I will see y'all then. I'll stand here for a few seconds while I try to get something resolved. But then I'll end the stream. So, goodbye, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. My goal is to do a good job, so that's good to hear. But yeah, I think I got it fixed, so I will see y'all. Oh, shoot. Now we're at 19 likes. Dang it. I might have to hold on till 20 likes. I don't know, man. I can wait to eat. I just need someone to hit that like button, bro. Gotta get to 20. And then I'll go eat. Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit less impressive now, right there. And we're at 20. We hit 20 likes, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream, but thank you all for joining today, and I should be back later. I just need to go eat. Adios, mi amigos.